I live in Dallas-Fort Worth, and every season I go through the process of protesting my property taxes. Along the way, I've made a lot of mistakes. Hopefully this video is helpful to you about some lessons I've learned along the way on how to protest your property taxes, which you should do every year. Now, most people love the idea of protesting their property taxes, but I've found out that statistically 50% of the people who file protest don't show up for their hearing. I think one of the reasons for that is they don't know what to do. So let's get to it. Before we even get into protesting property taxes, you need to first make sure you have your exemptions in place. I think you know this, but just in case, in Texas, every homeowner is able to put a homestead exemption on their primary residence. It's not automatic. You have to go through the steps to file that exemption, and there are deadlines. I've written about this already. I've made a video about it already. It'll be down in the comments below. You'll be able to find the link to that. That's where you want to start. With a homestead exemption, you do get some protection about how much they can raise your taxes. It comes down to how much they can increase the valuation of your home as far as it applies to taxes. And you get a reduction that you're allowed to deduct every year. So make sure you have your homestead exemption filed on your primary residence. The next thing you really want to do, find out what the rules are for your county appraisal board. If you go to my website, allthingsdfw.com, and you search property taxes, you'll find a link to the article where this video is embedded. In the article will be a link to each county in North Texas and their appraisal review boards, and their phone number will be listed as well. Okay, so you're going to want to look at those county sites and find the rules and the deadlines and the process to file your protest and everything else that's involved. Once you have that information, you're going to want to file your protest, but you're going to need information to go along with it. When you file your protest, you also need to give them the correct number. What you're actually protesting is the county's opinion of value, the market value of your home. That market value is what they're going to tax you on. And if it's high, you're going to be charged a higher tax rate than you should. When you file your protest, you want to have an educated answer on what you believe the true market value is. Here's how to find that. The first thing you want in order to get a correct valuation of your property, talk to your real estate agent and get some comps. Any real estate agent worth their salt is going to be able to give you a comparative market analysis. Now, keep in mind that the valuation that the appraisal board is going off of is for January 1st of that year. If your agent is sending you properties that come after January 1st of the year, you might want to get another agent because I don't think they understand what it is you're asking to do. Every agent should understand how property tax works. And here's a pro tip. A lot of properties that the appraisal review board is going to look at are like April, May, June, some of the most activity where prices are at their highest. It's okay for you not to just use spring and summer data, possibly a little bit farther out into the fall. You're trying to come up with an accurate market value for your home as of January 1st. So another thing you want to look at when it comes to the appraisal review board, they may think your home is in better condition than it actually is. You know, they might be pricing your home as if it has wood floors that were imported from King Henry VIII's home. Cutting onions, man. So you can provide photos. You want to take photos early and often that accurately reflect the condition of your home, that accurately reflect the upgrades and the amenities of your home, or the lack thereof. This is going to take some work. I didn't say this would be easy. You know, aside from just taking photos too, if there's some repair issues that are needed, you're going to need estimates. Ugh. Onions are the worst. You're going to need estimates. Could be the roof, could be paint, could be the foundation, flooring, whatever it is. You're going to want to have those and provide those to the appraisal review board. They're not unreasonable people. They're just very confident in their own numbers, and you have to convince them otherwise. Now, you can provide other evidence, like say you just bought your home within the last year, and that a recently bought home, when you're getting a market value from the county that's a lot higher, you might want to include your closing docs to show what you paid for it. So to be intentionally repetitive, know the rules, know the deadlines, do everything properly, exactly like your county board requires you to do, or they may not consider your protest. You know, worth mentioning, here in Collin County, you only get 5 minutes total to speak in front of the board. You better come prepared. So don't write them a novel, don't bring a story. Just come with exactly what you're campaigning for, what the dollar amount is, and then bullet points of exactly what backs that up. The evidence has already been submitted. Refer to it as quickly as possible. Be succinct and make your statement. No pressure. See, protesting your taxes is a lot of work. It's going to take time and it's hard work. So full disclosure, I don't have time to protest my taxes this year. I'm actually going to utilize a service provider this year. This is the first time I haven't done it myself, but I'm just too busy. Don't worry, I'll tell you who it is, but before I do, keep in mind there are a lot of different services that can help you protest your property taxes. The ones to look out for are the ones that aren't location specific. They might be from out of state. They may have recently lost their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, if you look them up. They may be being criticized right now for taking advantage of people by filing their homestead exemption for them and then charging them a cut on the savings. The homestead exemption is free. It's a piece of paper you hand in. That shouldn't be something you need to pay for. The company I'm using this year, I've never used them before. They're called propertytax.io. I have a promo code, P53435. I'll link the code in the comments. It'll be in the website as a clickable link. You'll need it when you sign up. The promo code will give you $10 off if you use it and if they save you money and then you end up paying, because you don't pay if they don't save you money. But if you pay, then you get $10 off. I get a whopping $5 that I can take to a Starbucks and get half a drink. The site had good reviews. I was in a small group that was in a presentation by the owner of the company, Brian Goodrich, gave us a lot of good insights. I just don't have time this year to do all this stuff. I'm using them for my personal home. The way they do their pricing is if you save money, then they take a cut of it, but it caps. If you were to save a lot of money, it does cap. So the most you would pay is like a few $100. Take a look at their site. It's all transparent. That's what I liked about them. And hopefully we all save a lot of money this year using propertytax.io, especially if you use my promo code. So that's it. There's no guarantee that the appraisal review board is going to change the market value of your home. You'll never know until you try. And if you bring all the evidence that I suggested, you can provide that same evidence to a service provider that can go before them on your behalf and argue your case. Good luck, and I hope you save some money.